Hey everyone, in this episode we're reviewing Hamnet and Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
And in the second half, we focus in video game adaptations in movies.
Let's see what's going on inside your head. Hello everyone.
Hey everybody.
And welcome to another episode of the A-List Admission.
Welcome.
If you're new here, hello, hi, welcome. My name is Cheyenne.
I'm Ricardo.
And we are a couple of Canadian cinephiles, or cinephiles, I should say. And we like to review movies when they come out. So all the new releases, you'll get new reviews. And we like to release Tuesday mornings. So then Tuesday night, cheap night at the movies, you can find the best choice, either based off our opinions or go against the grain and go against us.
Yeah, and we also review it in a very casual way. So it's none of your movie-specific things like the cinematography, like the, the lighting, stuff like that. We just are casual movie watchers relating to the casual movie watcher as well. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoy. We'll get right into it. Our first thing we always do is some personal news.
Yes, we do.
The one thing, at least for me, is that I have new tattoos.
Yep.
And I've also hit a tattoo milestone. So I just hit my 50th tattoo.
Woo!
All but 6 are on my arms. So it's kind of really funny to just see like body, poof, on my arms. So I'll give Ricky some photographs of the new ones.
And we'll put it on the screen for you guys.
Amazing job again by my friend / artist Tyler at Day Tripper Tattoo. If you're looking for a tattoo in the general Ontario area, it is worth the day trip to go to Day Tripper.
Yeah, I'll also put Tyler's logo up on the screen as well.
It was actually some snowstorm stuff happening for me, and this was the first time I had driven a solo to go see him to his shop. And for us, it's a decent drive. It's a trek. So I was apprehensive about what the weather was going to be like because I knew we're in the midst of December. Long story short, got there and back very safely, but it took about an extra half hour both ways because of the weather. Anyway, yes, I had 4 new tattoos done and about 15 roughly touch-ups, whether they're zaps or just tidying up some color, all in about 4 hours, so it's not bad. The new tattoos I got in order of what I got them are Back to the Future one, which will be on the screen. But if you know Back to the Future, as a huge fan I am, and my mother is a huge fan, there's a scene with Crispin Glover's character who goes to talk to Leah Thompson's character, essentially George and Lorraine, if you know the movie, goes to see them and is like, I am your density. I mean, destiny. So I got that on a piece of paper. If you know Nightmare Before Christmas, I got Oogie Boogie's red dice.
Ugh.
But I did not get snake eyes because I wanted to show off the look of the other like creatures on the dice.
I think they're all just skulls, by the way.
But they're different eyes.
Yeah.
But they're all different eyes. So that's why. So I got a 13 on there. So 1 and 3. And then I got 2 more minions, but this time they are purple minions. So if you don't know this about me, my filler on my left arm is just going to be a bunch of minions popping out. Maybe I'll throw in a banana here and there. But for now, I just got 2 more purple minions because now I have 9 minions, but now only 3 of them are purple. And they turned out great. One's sitting on another tattoo and one is like peeking over on my shoulder. I picked unintentionally like the most sensitive spots to get tattoos. They didn't hurt, they just you feel every bit of it because one's in the elbow crotch, one's on the elbow bone, one's on the lower inner arm where there's like thin skin here, and one's on the shoulder blade or shoulder bone. So yeah, now I have 50 officially.
Yeah, but Cheyenne also has a pretty high pain tolerance for tattoos. Like I've seen Cheyenne fall asleep multiple times to tattoos, or almost fall asleep to tattoos and stuff.
So, yeah, but no, finally 50. The 50th one ended up being a minion. So
there you go.
It's
very fitting.
I know.
Yeah, I guess that's it for personal news. It's been a very slow week, I guess, for personal news.
Mine was that was the one big thing for me. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go right into our movie news. Okay, so the first movie news is movie news that has been very much circulating across the internet that I wanted to put our kind of hands into, was that Quentin Tarantino has decided to just unleash on Paul Dano, This particular news source that we picked it up from was from USA Today, but like, I mean,
It's everywhere.
it's literally everywhere. Quentin Tarantino saying that Paul Dano is weak sauce, or that he is the weakest male actor in SAG. This is bullshit to me, but like, technically the reason why he gave this out, he was on a podcast, and he was giving his best movies from 2000 onwards. He put the movie, I can't remember off the top of my head what movie he was saying that this was his favorite in.
It wasn't. Wait, whose favorite? Sorry.
Quentin Tarantino.
What, Paul Dano's favorite?
So he has a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis. I know he ranked it number 5. I can't remember what movie it is off the top of my head. But yeah, he said this movie would be rated higher if they didn't put Paul Dano in it, because Paul Dano's terrible. He also then decided to go, I don't care for Paul Dano, I don't care for Owen Wilson, I don't care for Matthew Lillard. Yeah, it was like a weird thing where he decided to just go off on 3 different actors at least.
And he realizes in doing so, not only are so many celebrities in uproar against Quentin, no one's going to want to work with him if he's going to act like that.
No. Well, and okay, so what Cheyenne did bring it up too. Like, I know Ben Stiller mentioned that Paul Dano's amazing. I know that
a bunch of celebrities, like a bunch of celebrities.
There was literally an on rush of people going. Oh, even the gentleman that directed the newest the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah,
Matt Reeves. He said that he is phenomenal as an actor, brilliant as an actor. So
off of a movie perspective, I 100% agree. He is amazing in Prisoners. Like, that's where I first remembered him.
Yeah.
And I had no idea who he was at the time. And then, as I've mentioned in the past, I love the Beach Boys, and he played Brian Wilson, young Brian Wilson, in Love and Mercy, which I highly recommend that movie. Even if you're not a huge fan of the Beach Boys, it's got great acting. It's got John Cusack and Paul Dano both playing younger and older Brian Wilson.
And Elizabeth Banks is in it too, right?
Yes,
yeah.
She plays
the wife of Brian Wilson. I just can't remember her name.
It's not Miranda. Anyway,
we'll put it on the screen.
But he's incredible as a young Brian Wilson. He acts just like him.
Perfect.
His cadence, like the stature, everything. So, and he was great as the Riddler. The little bit you get to see of him as the Riddler.
Yeah, this Quentin Tarantino. Like, don't get me wrong. I get that Quentin Tarantino is going to be a phenomenal director for the rest of his life, and
I am a huge fan of his movies. But
this is just, to me, like a weird unleash that, like, to me, just taints his name now more.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like Cheyenne said, like, what else is he gonna? Now he's gonna keep his opinions to himself, because this is obviously gonna come back to him. And, like, I don't understand the weird bit where, like, let me just decide to knock down a couple people just cause. I don't know. This doesn't sit well with me at all, especially with like I don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting everyone to like everyone, and that's fine. But like, to use a platform to trash other people, to me, is ridiculous.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is from one of our favorites, which is Screen Thrill. But this has also been in a couple other circles, that James Cameron is saying that no generative AI was used in Avatar Fire and Ash. I do have the exact quote that he talks about this. So, quote, "I'm not negative about generative AI. I just wanted to point out that we don't use it on the Avatar films. We honor and celebrate actors. We don't replace actors. That's going to find its level, I think. Hollywood will be self-policing on that. We'll find our way through that, but we can only find our way through it as artists if we exist." End quote.
This is like quintessential to me, James Cameron. Like, I don't. James Cameron to me has always kind of been an actor's actor and
actor's director.
Yeah, sorry, actor's director, and like, yeah, very much. This just adds to that, right? Like, and especially with how impressive he actively tries to make all the Avatars movie look. It makes sense that AI would not be used for this.
No.
Yeah, I think it would just tarnish the relationship he has with the other Avatar movies, and like his vision with those movies. It wouldn't make sense to me if he did AI.
No.
Yeah.
I think it was fantastic that he said we don't replace actors. I think that spoke volumes, because that's essentially what this new AI stuff is doing.
Of course, right? Whether it's voice acting, and just taking away spots for people that are already struggling in this industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So our third movie news is that Zootopia 2 has earned $818 million in its first week, and compare that to Superman $616.7 million in its total run, which ended earlier this year. It's kind of nuts. This is we also grabbed from Screen Thrill as well. In China alone, it delivered $278 million, helping to push it past the superhero mark in just 6 days, which is crazy. I can't believe that Zootopia 2 has surpassed Superman.
Yeah, just that film. Yeah.
And it's not even done its theatrical run.
What do you mean? Oh, like full theatrical run? No, it's past this by like obviously, but this is just a main one comparing it to Superman, which I still really like.
No, but I'm saying like Zootopia 2 is not even done its theater run. Like it's still in theaters. Superman's not in theaters anymore, and Superman only made $616 million, and we're $200 million above that.
Yeah,
and it has at least another couple weeks to go.
Yeah.
To me, if Zootopia doesn't hit 1 billion, I'll be kind of surprised.
Also, all the movie ticket prices have gone up anyway, so that's also helping.
No, I don't think in that time. I don't think that has anything to do with this. I think it's solely just the fact that people are more of a wider audience is excited for Zootopia 2 than they were for Superman, which I would have told you the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am surprised that it's 200 million over already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can only go up from here, and I think it's now the top grossing Disney animated movie of all time or something. Like it's
really?
I'd read something about it's the top grossing something of all time for Disney.
That's
so
crazy.
They're making most of their money back.
Uh-huh.
They won't be getting any from me.
Why?
Oh, because Disney's too expensive to go visit.
Oh, you mean the park?
They own it, so
yeah. But we already gave them our money with going to the movies.
Oh yeah, of course. It's fine.
Okay. Do you want to do the last one?
All right. So this one is literally from everywhere, but if you haven't heard, Netflix is officially the winner of the Warner Brothers bidding deal. So after a $82.7 billion deal, Netflix now owns Warner Brothers and HBO Max. And we should specify that about $10 billion of that was just debt from Warner Brothers, which is, they absorbed that, which is insane. Yeah, it's literally everywhere you look online right now. It's in all the circles because it's questioning major things about streaming services taking over theaters, especially.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a bunch of news also surrounding this in the sense that, like, Cheyenne found yesterday that Christopher Nolan's going to talk to Ted Sarandos, the CEO for Netflix.
Because he's the Directors Guild of America director, Christopher Nolan.
Right, and they want to see what the plan is for this. And then Cheyenne also wrote down or grabbed the list of all the major IP and franchises now that Netflix owns, like The Sopranos, like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
Cartoon Network they own now too, Game of Thrones, Adult Swim. What else is
DC
there?
Comics, The Boondocks, Friends, and Warner Brothers Games. It's just a crazy catalog that they own now, and like we're not even touching like even like The Last of Us now they probably own in terms of shows as well. Yeah. Anyway, but like it's just kind of like crazy. I think this is a bad move for movies in general. Like the big thing for me is like if this was bought out even by Comcast or by Paramount, at least the idea that theaters get movies still exists. Because Netflix is primarily a streaming service, I'm worried they're going to limit the amount of theater run every movie's going to get now, if they even get a theater run. I think we're going to get a lot more movies into streaming, and it's going to push the industry in one direction. And that scares me a lot, especially for not, yeah, okay, whatever. Like we run this podcast because we like going to the movies, but like it scares me because as people who love going to the theater, this jeopardizes the theater. 100%. This jeopardizes one of the things that make us happy. It might get ripped away.
And based off one of the movies we're going to review, the theater audience was full, and you won't get that gratitude and appreciation for a brand new release on a streaming service compared to the vibe and ambiance of a full theater that's just so excited to see a movie. You won't get that with a streaming service at all. And we need to keep going to the theaters, keep pumping out movies that can go to a theater. Even if it's for like a 1-week release, just have it so people can go, sit, get their concessions, sneak their snacks in, all the things that you attach to movies, you know?
Yeah. Like, for me, it's the idea of, like, we've been pushing this all year to everyone should go to the movies at least 3 times. It saves the theater industry. This jeopardizes the theater industry so much so you lose thousands of jobs in this economy already. And then on top of that, like, yeah, for us, even, like, if this is a thing for us that we like to do. We love reviewing movies. We love talking to people about movies. So yeah, like, this is a big thing for us as a podcast, but this is a big thing for the way our economy is going to work, the way that entertainment's going to work, like job market, and so much of the film industry is going to be reduced to something, maybe. And, like, as much as, like, we love Disney and that was also a big scare, right? Because now, like, Disney owning Lucasfilms and owning Marvel, and
this, I think, has more threat to it because it's a streaming service buying a streaming service.
100%. But any monopoly, is scary because they own once a company owns too much, they don't have as much competition. They can just raise the prices.
Yeah.
So who's to say that now, because Netflix owns a bigger catalog, they're not just going to raise their subscription price? Right?
I know, that's the thing. But essentially in the States, there's only 3 big streaming services now. It's Tubi, Hulu, and Disney Plus, or is it?
No, Disney Plus, Netflix, and Tubi.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
At least with Canada. I mean, we have Amazon Prime or Prime Video. Does the States not have that?
I thought they did, but I guess not.
Okay.
But and then obviously in Canada we also have Crave. But keep in mind, Crave, a big part of the Crave catalog is HBO. And now
it is. That's how we watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and now that's sliding. Now probably going to be on Netflix, right? So unless it'll all depend on what Netflix does, and if the FCC agrees on this merger. Which, honestly, to be quite honest with you, politics aside, I think it's going to happen. Yeah, it's just, this is a huge threat to movies, a scary thing for the future. If they can outline a plan where movie theaters are still going to be saved in this, and that more movies get produced, not less, right? Like, just be ready for a massive shakeup in the theater industry, in the movie industry. And for us, like, if you want to go see movies, and we'll tell you what movies that are good, please follow us anywhere. Please let us, like, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, you name it. Like,
we review movies because we go to the theater multiple times a week to watch these movies, enjoy the movies in the way they're supposed to be seen and viewed, so you guys can enjoy them. Yeah.
And if you want us to tell you what movies we think is worth your money, your hard-earned money, especially in this economy, follow us along. Like, please, like, interact with us. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, right? We want people to tell us, like, what they think about the movies that we review. Also, tell us your favorite movies, and maybe if this ruins the theater industry, maybe we'll review more fan flicks and movies that have already released, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So just keep that in mind, though, to really make the effort to go to a movie. Whether
even
it's once in a month, once in a year, just go, because the experience of that will change you for the better, I think.
I think so, too. Also, just for society stuff, people need to go out more, because some of the attitudes at the theater is brutal.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we'll get into that in the second movie. Because it's exact opposite in the first movie. But we did only see 2 movies this week. There was only 2.
Yes, we did.
First one was Hamnet.
And the second one was Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
So, yeah. Do you want to get into it?
Sure.
All right. So, Hamnet, the director is Chloe Zhao. The rating is PG-13, and it has a runtime of 2 hours and 6 minutes. The main cast include Jessie Buckley, Paul Mescal, Emily Watson, and Joe Alwyn. All right. And the spoiler-free synopsis is that Hamnet reimagines the private life of William Shakespeare and his wife. In the film, his wife is named Agnes, as they endure the tragic loss of their young son, Hamnet. The film explores how grief, love, and family pain deeply affect them, and suggests this anguish may have inspired Shakespeare's writing of Hamlet.
So, what did you think of Hamnet?
The acting was superb. The movie was boring. It's honestly point blank. The acting was absolutely superb. Like probably one of the best in acting this year.
Okay, so let's start there. So we'll start with acting in particular. Paul Mescal has proven to me and Cheyenne multiple times now that he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Like we weren't a fan of this movie as much and Gladiator 2, but it's not because his acting has been
No, his
poor.
acting's fantastic. And Jessie Buckley, I don't know of her in anything else I've seen. I'm sure I have. Man, she's incredible as Agnes. She's playing Anne Hathaway, but her name's Agnes in this. Also, Hamnet and Hamlet back in the day were interchangeable for the same word, which is why it's called Hamnet, but essentially is Hamlet. But she's incredible. Emily Watson, she didn't have the biggest role, but she was also incredible.
She played a very stoic mother in this. But like, you're right. Like, sorry, you said the name and I already
Joe
forgot.
Alwyn.
No, Jessie Buckley.
Oh, Jessie Buckley
did a phenomenal job to play a woman in anguish. Like when she was crying, it was so real.
Like all of it, like her giving birth, her like all her life events happening, just so well done.
Yeah, like we're trying not to spoil it. I don't think we are, but like
no,
it is. Both of them have played such a deeply emotional movie so well, and like I honestly couldn't have asked anyone else in the world to do this better. I don't think there could have been a better performance on this movie. I think this is like for what it is. Truly, I think you got the best actors to play the best version of this movie. This movie was really fucking boring.
It's honestly very much like reading one of his books. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like, and I liked Shakespeare growing up, but they were still kind of on the boring side, if anything. But the movie was not that great in terms of the actual film because it was again quite boring and quite awkward for some of it.
Yeah, there was a lot of quiet moments, a lot of slow moving forward, but it's also all that. Like the thing is, like the subject matter is not a high paced movie by any means. Like to me, actually the best part of that movie was close to the end. I won't say what it was, but like close to the end. Yeah. Then it to me like really picked up and it really delivered. It was just a slow movie, and there's no way you could have fastened that out.
No, but it was also a 2-hour slow movie.
Yeah, 2 hours and a bit, but like it was. I don't think this movie was ever going to be fast paced enough for me and Cheyenne to go, this movie was phenomenally good. No. I think it was very much a slow burn. And even then the payoff wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was worth the entire movie. It was just, you knew where it was going, you knew how it was going to end, and it was just slow. That was the biggest thing I could say. Yeah. For ratings, what do you want to rate it?
Like a 4.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
Unfortunately, like the 4 is only because the acting. If I do the acting alone, it's like an 8. But the movie as a whole, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 because I'm not in between yes and no. I'm more on the no side.
It's definitely on the not good side. But I don't. Again, like Cheyenne said, the acting alone carries that number. Like without that acting, that movie's like a 1 to me, a 1 or 2. Like the acting bumps that up so much more than what I think the story really tells you, but the acting makes it a little bit way more interesting than it is. That's my opinion. Yeah,
100%.
Cool. All right, so we'll go into our second movie, which was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The director was Emma Tammy. The rating is PG-13 for violent content, terror, and some language. The runtime is 1 hour and 44 minutes. The main cast is Josh Hutcherson, Elizabeth Lale, Piper Rubio, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, McKenna Grace, Wayne Knight, and Teo Baroness. Your spoiler-free synopsis is, set 1 year after the horrifying events of Freddy Fazbear Pizza, the town has turned the traumatic events into a local legend, even holding a Faz Fest. Former security guard and horror survivor Mike and police officer Vanessa have tried to protect Mike's younger sister Abby by keeping the truth about the animatronics secret. But when Abby sneaks out to reconnect the animatronics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy She inadvertently triggers a chain of events that unearth deeply buried secrets about Freddy's origins and unleashes a long-forgotten horror hidden for decades.
Okay, so what did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
I think this is like Zootopia 2 in the sense that it's a really good sequel. Like, I think this is really fun, entertaining, and it keeps the hype of the first movie going.
Very much so. I thought it was really, really well done. The audience was full. Like, we sat in the very, very front row right after the aisle when you go into a theater. But so loud. Some of the kids are obnoxious. This is why we were saying people need to go out and get a social life, because shut the kids up.
I mean, so with Five Nights at Freddy's and any kids movie, we expect there to be something with kids. But the thing with this movie, right, is it's not little kids that I have an issue with. It's the teenagers that I have an issue with. And it's not because they're teenagers, right? It's totally just because they're talking in the middle of the film. Like, we tried to tell kids to shut up like 6 different times in this movie. And we're not talking like, oh, you're an 11-year-old that's talking.
Like 18.
We're talking like anywhere from 15 up.
Yeah.
That are just talking like they're at home watching a movie. And this is not that, right? Like, we're trying to watch it, and they even have an announcement at the beginning of the movie where they were like,
the assistant manager came in to do it. Wasn't even on the screen.
Well, there was 2, right? There was the one on the screen,
yeah,
and then there was an assistant manager that came in and said, please be respectful, please let everyone enjoy the movie, yada yada yada. And then even on the screen it said, if you get 1 strike, you're kicked out. There's not a
and I wanted to go out and complain, honestly, because it was very annoying. But then it just kept going everywhere in the whole theater.
Yeah, so like, that's the problem. It wasn't like one spot had it. It was multiple areas that just kept going. Because even if we kicked out the kids that were talking behind us the entire time, up on the 3rd level, there was people talking. Like
3rd level?
What I mean, like deep in the back.
Oh.
Sorry, the way my brain works is high.
Oh, because it's not multi-level. It's just one big theater.
I just think of the back, the middle, and the front.
Oh.
So anyway, so in the back, people were talking. Like, you could hear them all day. Anyway, but apart from that, specifically for the movie, it was really, really good. I really thought it was a lot of fun. It didn't feel any different from the first movie to this one to me. Like, I felt like they worked very, very well together. It's very fun to see Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich.
So 2 of the names I'm not sure how they're pronounced, so I apologize on your behalf if they're said wrong.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's Skeet Ulrich or Skeet Ulrich. I thought it was Ulrich, but and then Tio, how did you say it?
Byronis.
So I thought it was like Briones or Briones. I don't know how it's said, so I apologize on that behalf.
But regardless, it's fun to see Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich back in the same movie.
Yeah, not in the same scene.
No, unfortunately not in the same scene. But it's really cool to see them in the same movie.
Mm-hmm.
McKenna Grace, to me, had a much longer scene than I expected.
And I thought she had a much shorter scene.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be in it for that one scene, and that was it.
She pretty much is in a total of one scene. But
no, she's in multiple scenes.
Her runtime is equivalent to a scene, is what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Whatever.
That's to me. Anyway, Wayne Knight I thought was really good for the scene that he has. Him as a teacher though was just mean.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's mean to one person more than anything. But yeah.
But yeah, like I was really happy with it. I don't know what else to say. I'm just trying to like.
No, I really enjoyed it. There's not much you can do different. To killing animatronics, killer animatronics. But I thought they did a good job. Like, I would see it again. It was actually a lot of fun. And I will say, in the scenes that involved cheering and stuff, that's when the audience came through and were like cheering and shouting and all that stuff. So then I was like, I can't knock them because they're just big fans of FNAF, and I haven't played it. I want to play it. Ricky has watched famous YouTubers play it, but
one of them was in the movie.
Yeah. So in that instance, I think it's a really fun movie. And if you like the first one, you'll like this one. Yep. It's easy peasy.
My little thing on the YouTuber thing is I fucking love MatPat. And so the fact that he was in both movies to me makes me so, so happy. Well, he was in the first one. The second one, he's a voice. But still, I'm really happy that he's been in both. And then he's such a prolific person in these movies. It just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
What do you give it rating wise?
Probably 7.5 out of 10.
Oh wow. Okay. I was gonna give it 5.5.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's so
7.5. We're getting near the end of the year.
Yeah,
there's
but so
a
what,
lot
you
of
wanna tank
excellent
people?
movies. No, I don't want to tank it. I liked it more than I disliked it, but not enough to be like this is a 7. It's a 5.5 because 5 is middle. 5.5 is on the side of more of a yes.
You literally said I really liked it. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, but in the grand scheme of over 100 movies that we've seen this year, it's not a 7.
I disagree completely. I thought it
Great.
was a lot of fun. I thought it was entertaining. Exactly. A 5.5 to me was like, I guess is just above a par, which is not.
Okay.
Like this movie is way better than that.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's fine.
I
That's fine. That's your rating.
don't know.
That's fine with me. Mine's a 5.5.
Mine's a 7.5.
So out of the two movies, I'd still recommend we see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Or
Oh.
you see it.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Okay. So then the second half is going to be all from console to cinema and why video games movies struggle and why some of them work. So for decades, video game adaptations have lived under a strange curse. Fans love the worlds and characters and lore of their favorite titles, but when those games leap from console to cinema, something often gets lost in translation. The history of video game to film adaptations is basically a timeline of studios trying to answer one question. How do you make an interactive experience turn into a passive one without losing what made it special?
Okay, so the early era was style over substance. Movies like Super Mario Bros. From 1993, Street Fighter from 1994, and Mortal Kombat from 1995 came out when studios didn't actually understand video games or their audiences. These films tended to focus on flashy visuals or campy interpretations rather than story. The problem wasn't just that they deviated from the source material, it's that they didn't seem to respect it. Games were still seen as children's entertainment, so the films rarely tried to be smart or emotionally engaging.
I completely agree. I think movies back in like the 90s is a big one, but like even early 2000s, like I think there's a lot of couple video game movies that just suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The gritty phase. So when adaptations tried too hard. So by the 2000s and 2010s, studios swung in the opposite direction. Films like Resident Evil, Prince of Persia, and Assassin's Creed embraced darker tones and or ultra-serious storytelling. Ironically, these tried to be faithful but often overcorrected. Instead of capturing the fun or creativity of the game, the films drowned in lore dumps or tried to mimic cutscenes without giving audiences context. They forgot that gamers are patient because they're playing. Movie audiences aren't getting that dopamine drip of interactivity. They need stronger storytelling to stay invested. As someone who has played Assassin's Creed and has watched that horrendous Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender. Sorry, Michael Fassbender, you're not bad at this. It's not your fault. It hurts me so much to know there's an Assassin's Creed movie out there that doesn't feel like the video games at all. Like, truly at all. It hurts so much.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, the turning point was understanding the audience. The tide began to turn when filmmakers realized they didn't need to recreate every detail of a game. They needed to capture its spirit. This is where movies like Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog succeeded. They focused on tone, humor, and world building that feels game-inspired without being beholden to every mechanic. They balanced nostalgia with freshness. These films also understood something older adaptations didn't. Video game fans want familiar worlds, not rigid duplication. They want the movie to feel like the game, not to play like the game.
So Sonic the Hedgehog does a really good job at this. I think one of the big things about that exact feeling is the first time Sonic got introduced to people in the trailer.
Oh my gosh. Oh, in the trailer. Oh, how he was so badly done? Yeah.
But like realistic versus stylistic, right? Like that idea of, oh, we want to make this as a realistic of a video game movie as possible. And then when the first trailer for Sonic came out, the outrage of people going, what the fuck is that thing? Like, that's not Sonic.
Yeah.
That's not even, it looks too much like a hedgehog and not it's Sonic. And it's true. It did. Absolutely. It looked more like a hedgehog and not Sonic. So yeah, it makes sense why people nowadays are like, well, studios have truly, Cheyenne's right. Studios have gotten the feeling of nostalgia way more now, and they understand the idea of what to do. My one downside to this, to me, is the Uncharted movie. It doesn't hold the same standard as Detective Pikachu, as Sonic the Hedgehog, as the Super Mario movie Bros. Now.
What do you mean?
Okay, what I mean is that it feels like it almost feel like they tried to do a weird mix of Indiana Jones and Uncharted, and it loses the feeling of a Uncharted game. Like, Nathan Drake in the video games is way more snarkier. Sully's way more involved, but he's also way more. It doesn't act like the dad to Nathan Drake. He acts as like a partner to Nathan Drake.
Okay.
In the movie, Sully very, very much acts like a dad to Nathan Drake.
Okay.
And he does. And Nathan Drake isn't as snarky or funny or witty. Elena's not in it either as well. So like that to me takes away a lot of the first game. Right, and I know that it's not supposed to be the first game, but you can summarize the first game. You can make each game a faithful adaptation, not like detail to detail to detail specifically, but it gives fans a way to go, oh, the first game turned into a movie, the second game turned into the second movie.
Yeah, and we get into that a little bit later too. So.
Fair. I'm just saying that like as examples.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The Last of Us is a blueprint for faithful adaptation. Right, HBO's The Last of Us deserves special mention because it proved that when done well, a video game adaptation can stand shoulder to shoulder with prestige television. It doesn't just reproduce the gameplay moments. It adapted the emotional core. It respected the narrative while deepening it, proving that video games have always had cinematic potential, and studios just haven't taken advantage of it.
Yeah. If I can go really quickly back to Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say that one, I watched it knowing nothing about Pokemon. I never grew up with Pokemon. I didn't like Pokemon. Sorry. It's because I wasn't into it. I wasn't into the anime style animation of things, so I just never really got into the cards, whatever. But I really liked the movie. So I feel like even if you don't know the game, you can understand the fun of why people love it so much based off a movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so like with The Last of Us, I have played the first like 2 scenes in the game. I would love to finish it. It just takes a lot of time. But I don't like zombie stuff either, and I thought this was very well done. We haven't watched the new season of The Last of Us, unfortunately, yet. But the first season and second are incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
I think, like Cheyenne said, The Last of Us, it truly feels like you're playing the game. And the best part is that like it's done, is played with not necessarily to the level of detail as the video game, because the luxury of video games is that you can tell a 13-20 hour story and not be subjected to limited, right? Like movies and TV shows, they're limited to how much time they can tell that story. With Last of Us, it feels from beginning to end like they didn't skip a beat. They didn't miss a heart-wrenching moment. They went all in, and you feel every moment of that so accurately to the video game. Yeah. So accurately.
So some common challenges, though, in adapting games would be, 1, the interactivity versus passivity. Games thrive on player choice, exploration, and immersion. Movies are fixed pathways, so translating that freedom is nearly impossible. So you have to make sure that they're emphasizing the character and the theme over mechanics.
The second is massive worlds with too much lore. Games often have 20 hours to 80 hours of world building. A movie gets 2. The adaptation needs to trim wisely or audiences get lost.
And third would be fan expectations. Gamers are incredibly protective of their franchises, as we could tell from Five Nights at Freddy's. Small changes can cause backlash, but strict faithfulness can lead to bland, predictable movies. But like hindsight with the Sonic, with everyone in uproar over that face, and they fixed it, and it turned out great. But yeah, strict faithfulness can make it a little boring if you're not careful.
And lastly is tone. Games vary widely in tone, even with a single title. Movies need to choose a specific emotional direction and stick with it. To mention all of those points, sorry, can you scroll back up?
Oh, yeah.
to mention all of these points, right? I know I mentioned the massive worlds too much lore. That part we don't need to go over too much. The passivity and interactive thing. The fact that movies are fixed pathways, there's a lot of games that are fixed lines, right? Like we can go into like the Arkham video games, the first Arkham game, Arkham Asylum with Batman. The movie you can't explore that much with. It's very much a fixed line, right? So you can tell a story like that very well in a movie because it's all fixed. Like you can't change. Forward is forward, backwards is backwards. You can't switch around.
Yeah.
Right. And then with fan expectation and tone, like for me, the thing with faithful adaptations, like my problem with Assassin's Creed is that it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed movie. Right. And that's because they decided to deviate so far away from the games to me that you lose the love of the games. You do. You really, really do. And then tone is very true. Like it just you follow the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why some games are better suited for film. So narrative-heavy games, like the ones we mentioned, The Last of Us, Uncharted, and even Red Dead Redemption, already behave like movies, so their stories kind of adapt just naturally into a movie role. Mechanics-driven games, so that it would be Five Nights at Freddy's, Sonic, Mario, Tetris even, they rely more on atmosphere or concept than an actual plot. So that's where the filmmakers have more freedom to invent new narratives around iconic visuals. Interestingly, though, both categories can work as long as the filmmakers understand what players love about them. And that's where I think that the filmmakers should actually play these games before they get into the idea of making a movie about the game.
I 1000% agree with that. Like I feel like even with Five Nights at Freddy's, if we could go in that realm in particular, like Scott Cawthon, the one who wrote or who made the games originally, wrote these movies. So you already know the writing of him.
Of which, sorry?
So Scott Cawthon wrote every single video game, made every single video game
for
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
and then he also wrote the script for every Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So you know the tone and the plot and everything makes sense to that world because you have the original writer attached to it.
Yeah.
Right. So like taking that example even is a great step forward into making these movies a success.
Yeah.
Yeah. The future of video game movies. Now we're in an era where Hollywood has figured out that video game adaptations can be genuinely good, and massively profitable. Upcoming or recent adaptations like Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Minecraft, Borderlands, and even God of War show how diverse the landscape has become. Some aim for family-friendly charm, others aim for epic prestige and storytelling. The most successful ones will likely follow these principles. Respect the emotional core of the game, avoid overcomplicating the plot, use iconic gameplay elements as texture, not structure, and appeal to gamers and newcomers.
In other words, stop trying to film the game, film the feeling.
I have mixed feelings on that line.
Why?
Because, yes, there's a part of that is true, right? 100%. Don't try to just do moment for moment game for the game. Mm-hmm. But use the game as the structure. Like, to me, is like the idea that, like, Assassin's Creed is the one that jumps in my mind because of how far it strayed from the original content of that game. But, like, even if we do Uncharted, like I also mentioned, like, make the first Uncharted game a movie. It's made for you, dude. It's a single straight line again, very narrow pathway. It's not like it's a free world where you get to travel everywhere.
I know, but I don't know if everyone wants that. That's why it's saying film the feeling.
Nah, because all the gamers would want that, and if the gamers are going to be your major sell for this,
I think if they're going to make a movie, they should just get the game maker involved.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, with the story itself, like, the reason why Five Nights at Freddy's is so successful is not because of the newcomers that have never heard of the game. It's all because of the old gamers and all the kids that watch YouTubers that play these games that is making those movies successful. Borderlands is brutal because of it doesn't, even though it filmed the feeling, it doesn't feel like a Borderlands game to me.
Okay.
Right? Like,
then
sorry, go ahead.
You can cut out that line then.
No. I'm not saying we should cut it out. I think it's a good thing. Right? It is true. They should stop trying to film the game, film the feeling. Yeah, they should.
But as soon as I said that, you were like,
I have mixed feelings about it. I didn't say it was wrong.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, use the game as a structure, right? Don't abandon the game because I have the vibe of the game down. right? Like, you should use the game as a massive amount of structure to lay the groundwork for the game or for the movie. Don't get every single detail of the game, sure, because then it's also becomes super stale. But like, use the game. If a game has a story in it, which every game does, use that as the basis of your story.
Yeah.
Just don't hit every single section of the game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, that's why I like the comment of don't stop trying to film the game, film the feeling, but it loses the idea that it's still the game's story. Don't lose the game's story.
Right.
That's what I always try to say.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, now we'll get into our Did We Know, which is behind the scenes trivia for all of our video game movies.
Not just the ones we talked about. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So
go for it.
Sure. Robin Williams was such a big Zelda fan, he named his daughter after it. Nintendo loved this so much, they kept referencing him during discussions about a live-action Zelda movie. He was even considered for roles before the project stalled. Did we know?
So I knew about the first part, not about the second part.
Same. Yeah. I knew that he was such a big fan, he named Zelda Williams after Zelda.
Yeah. There's actually a little Easter egg that people have pointed out, but we're not sure if it's like a thing to Robin Williams. There's a character in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that looks exactly like Robin Williams.
Really?
Yep. Sonic the Hedgehog had to be redesigned because the internet rioted. The first trailer sparked so much backlash that Paramount had to delay the film and spent $5 million redoing Sonic's animation. The redesign saved the movie and likely the franchise. Did we know?
Yes. But I didn't know it was $5 million just to fix a face.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of time to like reanimate things, right? Make their shadows different, then actually like change it. I think that $5 million it recouped 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Because from Sonic 1 to 3 and your Knuckles show, without that redesign, there is no Sonic 2, 3, and TV show. And 4, when that fourth one comes out. None of that.
Mortal Kombat from 1995 filmed its fight scenes in brutal conditions. Many of the actors weren't trained martial artists, and they performed their own stunts in extreme heat. Lyndon Ashby, who's Johnny Cage, broke his nose twice during filming. Did we know?
Not at all.
No. Oh. I also didn't know there was a Mortal Kombat movie in 1995. So.
I did, but I knew it was terrible. But I knew nothing about that movie at all in terms of behind the scenes, so this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Resident Evil wasn't originally supposed to be an action movie. The earliest drafts were slow, creepy horror. Very faithful to the first game. But the studio demanded more guns and explosions, turning the franchise into an action series instead. Did we know?
No.
No, and it actually bothers me more now.
Yeah, I knew it was supposed to be horror.
It is. It's a slow, creepy horror movie.
No, I know.
Video game, sorry.
The drafts were, yeah.
That bothers me actually so much. I don't get me wrong. People love the Resident Evil movies, and I get it. They have a place on their own. But if it was supposed to be an adaptation to a video game, it should be the way it is. It destroys the continuity between the two.
Tomb Raider was rewritten constantly because the studio didn't understand the appeal. Angelina Jolie said the script changed daily. At one point, Lara Croft was supposed to battle literal dinosaurs just because executives thought it looked game-like. Did we know? No.
No, that's ass talking. Like, it's just brutal.
Yeah.
When studios don't understand what the product that they have literally in front of them is bullshit to me. Because Tomb Raider is supposed to be like a female-led Indiana Jones movie. Just to make it that. Yeah. Detective Pikachu created over 1,000 Pokemon models, but only used a fraction of it. The VFX team built detailed versions of many Pokemon just in case, including ones that don't even appear on screen. Did we know?
No.
No, I'm curious to see what those ones would be, though.
Maybe they're probably on display somewhere.
Or
if they were digitized, then it wouldn't be a thing.
I wonder in the DVD version, they have like a behind the scenes to show all the art to the.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
The Five Nights at Freddy's puppets were fully practical animatronics. Instead of using CGI, the studio hired Jim Henson's Creature Shop to build the terrifying animatronics so the cast could react to physical monsters on set. Did we know?
No.
No, and I am especially happy that they hired Jim Henson's Creature Shop. That's fucking cool.
Well, if they were going to hire anybody, I'm really happy that it's
That's
Jim
what
Henson,
I mean.
there's no one else that does it better.
That's freaking awesome that they're real. I mean, they definitely looked real, to be honest, but...
And to me, it's always better that when you do things practical than VFX. If you can do visual effects to support the movie, fine. But this is easy. Animatronics are in the real world, right? Prince of Persia was once the most expensive video game movie ever made. With a budget over $200 million, it was basically Disney's attempt to create another Pirates of the Caribbean. Instead, it became a cautionary tale about overproducing a franchise starter. Did we know?
Yes. I knew it was one of the most expensive ones.
I didn't know it was $200 million.
I knew it was over that for sure. I didn't mind it. I mean, I like those type of adventure movies, but I didn't want to know the game, so.
As someone who's played the games and has loved the games, it's not exactly the video game. It's close. It's closer than a lot of other video game adaptations. I wish it had done it a little bit more faithful to the game, but that's just my own thing. I think it's still pretty good for a video game adaptation.
Silent Hill used real fog machines and ash on set. The production wanted to mimic the game's atmosphere, so they constantly pumped fog onto the streets and they dropped ashy debris from the cranes overhead. Did we know?
No, I actually don't think I've ever seen Silent Hill.
No, I haven't played it either.
I've played Silent Hill. I've never watched it.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
That doesn't give me a game that you'd play. You'd watch, but...
I've played it, and I did not get far, because I'm a chicken when it comes to video game horror movies. Or games, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that why you haven't played FNAF?
No, I've played FNAF.
You've watched it played.
I've watched it more than I've played it, but I've definitely played it.
Okay.
I don't... to me, Five Nights at Freddy's is just too simple of a game. It's just not my thing.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how simple it would be.
The original Super Mario Bros. Movie's plot was supposed to be a dark sci-fi. It's supposed to be Blade Runner with plumbers. The director wanted a dystopian cyberpunk world, which is why the finished movie feels so bizarre. Did we know?
No, this is from the 1993 one.
Yeah, but still, like, it is... No. Why? Yeah. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you try to make it a dark sci-fi? None of the Mario games feel like that.
I don't know.
That is such a backwards thinking thing to do. Anyway, I know I didn't know this fact either, though.
The Witcher was turned into a movie before the Netflix series, but nobody saw it. Poland made a low-budget film in 2001 that was so poorly received it was quietly recut into a TV show. Most fans didn't even know it existed. Did we know? No. Obviously.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they even tried before that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Uncharted swapped directors like Mario swaps power-ups. That's so funny. At least 7 different directors signed on and dropped out over the years. The movie was in development for more than a decade before Tom Holland's version finally made it on screen. Did we know? I did know this.
No. Oh, Uncharted. I thought we were talking about Mario because of the title of the fact.
No, it's all good.
But I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
They've been trying to make that movie for years and years and years and years and years. I guess in that respect, because it was such a long time coming, the version that we got was okay. I don't understand why this took so long. It's so easy to do. Easy to do.
Oh, I know. The Angry Birds movie is technically the first crowdsourced film. The game's massive online community actually influenced the plot, the jokes, and the character personalities through feedback during development. Did we know?
No.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. Also, I always forget that the Angry Birds movie is a video game adaptation of a movie.
Because it's not really it's a mobile game.
It's still a video game.
I know, but I don't think of mobile games as that. Dude, if they made Dreamlight Valley, that's not a phone game. But or Candy Crush. Oh my gosh, dude, if they did a Candy Crush movie. They could
absolutely do a Candy Crush one. They did Clue. Remember, Clue technically is the first game that they changed into a movie.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
But the board game, yeah.
Same idea, though.
Yeah,
they could always do a mobile game. It works out well, right? Oh. Sorry. Warcraft was so beloved in China, it nearly doubled its audience there. The film flopped in North America but became a phenomenon in China, earning more than 75% of its box office there, essentially saving it from failure. Did we know?
No.
I think I knew that it was saved in China, but I was going to say that movie was not well received at all here.
No.
I don't know anybody who went to go see that movie here.
Oh, don't know anybody that liked it.
I don't know anybody that even seen it.
I feel like we must know people who've seen it. I haven't asked.
Fair, but I just... Yeah, this movie did not do well from what I know. No, not at all.
Is it based off World of Warcraft then? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've actually seen it, but...
I have not.
And lastly, The Last of Us almost became a movie before it became a show. Every script draft condensed the story too much, and Neil Druckmann said he kept rejecting them because the emotional beats didn't have room to breathe, quote. HBO solved that problem. Did we know?
No.
No, I'm glad to know that it became a show. You know,
It needed the show.
I think most of these video games need a show.
Depending on the game. I think depending on the game, absolutely. But also kind of to reinforce something that me and China had both said, Neil Druckmann is the writer for the original game. So it
There you
makes
go.
sense why
It's so good.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Of course.
Yeah, no,
Right?
literally.
So
yeah.
I think that it, depending on the movie / whatever, it really makes the video game thrive.
100%.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you want to follow us along, like we said earlier in the podcast, to any of the social medias, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter /X, Letterboxd, Threads. Did I miss any?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You said Spotify?
Well, so you can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast. You can watch us on Spotify and YouTube for the full podcast episode. Keep in mind that all of this is just our opinions on movies. You can see that even me and Cheyenne have clashed on opinions for movies.
Oh, yeah.
We do this actually, to be fair, like me and Cheyenne clash a lot on our opinions on movies. We just kind of tone it down on here because it can get kind of feisty. But yeah, so all of this is our opinions on the movies. So we want to hear yours. So please leave comments below. Subscribe if you like the content. Like it. Follow us along. Recommend it to your friends, family, enemies, pets, whatever. Trying to think of anything else that I normally say in this session that I'm missing.
I don't think you're missing anything.
Letterboxd. Follow us on our Letterboxd to keep up to date with our adjusted rating on there, and to just
It's
keep it on.
at the A-list pod when you search it, or if you search the A-list admission Letterboxd, it'll come up too. I love doing it because it's like a diary, so I can really quickly glance over the whole year at reviews. So it's very fun.
Yeah, and at the end of this month, we'll talk about the best movie of the year.
And the month.
And the month, obviously, but the year. Maybe we'll probably do it in January, the best one of the previous year.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and
We'll see you at the movies.
see you there. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.